Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today, as many of you have requested, we are gonna cover how to launch Aim-7 Sparrows in the F4. Now bear in mind that in this video I am gonna teach you all the modes that you need to effectively launch Aim-7s in the F4, and you really do not need anything else to be combat ready in this aircraft. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Alright guys, so here we are in the cockpit of the F4 and I'm just gonna talk about the main controls that you need for this tutorial. So let's go into adjust controls, and the main controls that you need are actually just three. The first one is the Jester contextual menu. Here it is, you should have it bound. The next one is the Jester menu, the Jester UI. And the last button you really need is the auto acquisition button. If you have bound all those three buttons, then you are ready to go. Alright guys, so here we are in the cockpit again, and I'm gonna talk about the general concepts that you need before actually talking about how to launch the Sparrows. So the first concept that you need to fully understand is the Jester UI. So open the Jester menu with the button bound before, and then you should be in this menu and you should select radar. After you select the radar, you should see scan type. So here you see 50 miles narrow, 50 miles wide, 25 miles narrow, and 25 miles wide. So what this means is that if you select 50 miles narrow, Jester is gonna scan at 50 miles for a narrow target. And in the same way, if you select 50 miles wide, then Jester is gonna search at 50 miles for a wide target, and so on. So usually the F4 radar is not the best, so I would always recommend setting it to 25 and select narrow or wide depending on the aircraft that you are going to face. Today we're going to face a bomber, so I will set it to 25 miles wide. Alright, so Jester, you will see that Jester has changed the range from 50 to 25, and now his radar is looking straight ahead. The next thing you want to understand is that if you go to adjust controls and you see the Jester context action, then you will see that it has short, hold, or double click. If we are in air-to-air mode like we are right now, a short click of the button will cycle through the targets that the Jester has seen, and a double click will deselect a target, and holding the button will tell Jester to lock a target. So, if you fully understood all these concepts, then you are ready to launch Aim-7 Sparrows. Alright, so let's talk a bit about our setup. So the first thing you want to make sure is that the HUD mode is in air-to-air mode. Then you can come down here to the armament panel and arm the center stores, as the Sparrows are probably going to be in the center one. Then turn on your master arm. Make sure that your weapon selector is in any position apart from arm, otherwise the Sparrows is not going to launch. And make sure that your weapon bombing mode is set to off. Another thing you want to make sure is that your radar is in the on position, you can see it right here, and that your radar missile are in CW on and then interlock is on. Then you can select the Sparrow by using the pinky switch. So right now the pinky switch is in the gun position. You can put it to heat seeking right here, and then you can put it to radar, which is the fully forward position. So right now the Aim-7s are selected. Alright guys, so after you're done with your setup, then we can start talking about the first mode that we're going to discuss in this video. So we're probably going to talk about three modes, which are the main three modes that you're going to use in the F4, and the first one is the easiest. So the first one is actually the BVR mode. You really don't have to do anything that is that complicated. You just have to wait for Jester to find a target on his radar, and when he does, he's going to call it out for you. He's probably going to say target 20 miles, 160 or something like that. After Jester has found a target, you can just press and hold the Jester context menu, and this action is gonna, as we said before, lock the target. After you lock the target, when you are in range, this light is gonna come on, and when you are in range to shoot, then this light is also gonna come on. You will also see the minimum and maximum range on your radar, and I'm probably gonna demonstrate this now. So let's get out of pause. and wait for Jester to find the target, which is right in front of us.
We have a new bogey. Left 5 degrees, 12 miles, 10,000.
Alright, Jester has found it. Press and hold the Jester context menu.
Not getting any IFF here. Okay.
Alright, Jester has locked the target.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, fire.
Alright, we can start shooting the Aim-7. As you can see, the shoot light is on, and we are inside the range. So press and hold the weapon release button.
We've got a bandit. TU-160, 12
Fox
o'clock,
1.
5 miles.
And just for redundancy, because the Aim-7 is not that reliable, just shoot another one. Alright, TU-160 damage, and the bandit is destroyed.
Damn it, I lost the walk. Back to standard scan pattern.
Alright guys, so here we are back in the cockpit, and I'm gonna demonstrate the second mode. This mode is the ACM mode, which is probably gonna be used if you find yourself having to dogfight and you don't have AIM-9s or hit-seeking missiles. If you want to dogfight with Aim-7s, just be prepared to lose because, as I already said earlier, they are not that reliable, especially not the M variant that we have mounted right now. But you can still use them if the bandit is on a forward aspect. So the main steps that you did before are just going to get repeated. So set the AD in active mode, set the master arm to on, and select the center tank. Then make sure that the weapon selector is in any position but the arm and the B position, which is down there, and that the weapon release type is in off. Then just to make sure again, radar is on, radar missile is on, CW on, and the interlock is on. So the cage button is going to enter ACM mode or bore sight mode, and this is going to lock the missile line of sight to the radar bore sight line, which is exactly ahead of you. Alright, so if you have bound the cage button, you can enter cage mode by just pressing it, and I'm going to demonstrate now. So master arm is on, center tank, and select the Sparrows. To enter cage mode, press the cage button, and you can see that the radar has changed. It's now in 5 miles range, and you can see a bandit right in front of us. It's important to understand that in ACM mode, you don't need Jester to lock a target because you will need to be quick to not die in the dogfight. So you will just press the button I already showed you earlier, which is the auto acquisition button. It's important to understand that in auto acquisition mode, the radar is gonna start scanning a 5 degrees, more or less a 5 degrees horizontal line and a 70 plus degrees vertical line. The thing you want to make sure is that with the pinky switch, you have the gun position, the hit position, and the radar position. If you have it set to gun, then your radar is going to scan to the left. If you have it set to hit, then it's going to scan in the middle. And if you have set it to radar, then it's going to scan to the right. So be aware that you will probably need to set the pinky switch to hit to scan in the middle. And after you lock something, you can go back to the Sparrows. I'm going to demonstrate it now. Alright, so go in auto acquisition, you can see that it's scanning. Now go to hit, and it's scanning in the middle. Put the paper over the target, and wait for the lock. It's gonna take a moment, but don't worry, it is gonna do it. Be patient. When it comes inside, yep, you can see Jester as saw it, but really don't need Jester now. Yep, it's coming, yep, locked. Go back to radar, and we are in shoot, so we can launch the Aim-7 and launch another one for redundancy. Yes, missile destroyed. Bandit is down. Alright guys, so here we are with the third and final way you can launch the Sparrow. This mode is really a bit less used than the other two ones because the first one is used in BVR and the second one is used in close range engagements. But this mode can also come in handy if you, for any reason, can't use the auto acquisition button or something malfunctions in the airplane. So in the previous mode, we went into cage mode by pressing the button on the throttle, and then we press the auto acquisition button. In this mode, it's a bit easier because we just go into cage mode, then put the pipper over the target. We are not going to get a radar lock. We just have to keep the Peeper over the target and launch the Sparrow. This mode is really, as I already said, the Sparrow is not that reliable, and this mode is even less reliable. But as I said, it can come in handy sometime. So let's unpause, set the master arm to on, center, and select hit. Go into cage mode by pressing the cage. See the target. Now you will have obviously no ranging information as you have not locked the target, but it's not a problem. You just have to wait until it's inside the 5-mile circle, more or less. So just throttle up and fly straight toward the target. You can see it right there.
We have a Bandit, TU-160, 12 o'clock, 9 miles.
Notice that we do not have a radar lock. We are just waiting for it to show on our radar screen, but not locking him. Yeah, there he is. Weapon fire. Fox 1, and for redundancy again, Fox 1. Just make sure that your Peeper is on the Bandit. You will see that, yeah, most Sparrows are not tracking because, well, they're not that good. Yes, and the last one cracked.
The Bandit is
The Bandit is down. As you saw, the Sparrows are not that reliable. We shot 3 and none of them tracked, but the last one did, fortunately. So thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciated that you made the suggestion to make this video. If you have any other suggestions or you want to see something covered in either the F4, the F14, the F16 or the Hornet, then just write it down in the comments and I'll see what I can do to help you out. So leave a like if this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.